Well, I thought today that I would do another Racing More update for you guys. As you can see, I have some stock here. They're both 1/8 inch pieces. This one is going to come into play in a couple weeks when I put the tensioner for the chain on. So we're not going to worry about that yet. That on the floor. But this piece right here is going to be an 1/8 inch. I didn't get quarter because I decided since this isn't really going to have any structural integrity, all it's doing is holding the transaxle into the frame, and it's going to be cut to pieces about a foot long. That has enough rigidity, especially when it's supported on both sides by a frame which is 1/4 inch. So I decided not to get any thicker pieces than that. So basically what we're going to do is run the sander here along the inside rails of the frame here. We're going to cut 2 pieces so that we can have 4 mounting points on this transaxle. The transaxle will be sitting upside down with the input shaft sitting towards the ground, and then the pulley will run from the engine down there to the pulley on the input shaft of the transaxle. So we're going to go ahead and run the sander in here so we can get some bare metal to weld this to, and then we'll drill our mounting points, which I'm kind of not really sure how I'm going to do that yet. I think I'll put a little bit of oil around here and drill the holes in. But anyway, so yes, and so we'll do that and we'll be all set. So without further ado, let's get started. By the way, still haven't picked up a denim shirt from Walmart, as per Doug Fackler's suggestion. But that's because I keep forgetting. So I'm sorry. I guess I'll just have to deal with the welding burns for a while more. This thing catches on fire a lot. I think it's the paint, because on the other side there is still paint on it. So.
Well, mounting for your transmission.
Like, yeah, mounts for the transmission. Right through the hole.
No Dunky Doties.
So basically, I got these all welded up. They're all sanded down, and I just counter drilled a couple of holes here, some smaller ones, and then we're going to go in there with a 5/16 drill bit. Or actually, it's one size bigger. It's just slightly bigger than that. Put a little oil in the holes there, just so you don't burn out the drill bits. So now we're going to blow out these holes with the air compressor and put the transaxle in there, mount it, and then bolt it up. Well, I didn't think about that. I have to get a few more washers, I think, so that this thing doesn't bottom out. Okay, so well, as you can see, I got the transaxle mounted in here. I drilled the holes down the bottom. I just tested out the shift linkage up here, the one that was supplied with it, which probably won't be the one that I use, but whatever. And it shifts really hard, so I'm probably going to take it apart and see what I can do about getting it all freed up in there. Anyway, might just be because it hasn't been used in a long time. But I found that all the forward gears will drive this in reverse, so I'm going to have to flip this transaxle around, put the sprocket on the other side of the axle, and then work out my tensioner system. But I did go and pick up a tensioner sprocket today at Tractor Supply, right here. 40 pitch with so it's a roller bearing. So that'll go over here as a sprocket. I bought the hardware to make it, and I bought this piece of stock. I'll be using this to make the bracket. I'll weld my own bracket up for it, and basically make a bracket for this to ride in and be spring loaded and set on this side as a sprocket. So that'll be the next update. Probably that and maybe brakes, so I can do both of them at the same time. But basically this one was just updates on welding, grinding, putting that mount in there, and getting the transaxle mounted. So, and now I have to flip it around anyway. But basically that's how the drive setup is going to be. Then the engine will be up here and run into a pulley. Still deciding whether I want it to be centrifugal clutch or foot clutch. Foot clutch is going to be harder to do just because I'm going to have to make all my own linkage and my own spring setup and everything. I might be able to reuse the dual pulley setup that was on this. I believe it was a dual pulley. No, it's not. Craftsman is the dual pulley. Never mind. Might be able to reuse it somehow, but I'm kind of just thinking maybe I'll just go with the centrifugal clutch. I really wanted to put a twin cylinder engine in here, but I can't find one. I thought I had one, and I don't have it. And I can't really find one for a good price. Like, I've been looking on eBay, they're all going for like $300-400, which is outrageous for an opposed twin. And I can't even find a V-twin either. I was even thinking maybe a low horsepower V-twin, like a 14 or a 15 horsepower V-twin Briggs, like a Vanguard, but I can't find anything for less than 500. So I might just end up going with a big single cylinder, like an overhead valve or something, although I really don't want to. I'd rather go with a twin just for the sound and the torque. But we'll see how that goes. Other thing is, if I go for a centrifugal clutch setup, I can't find a centrifugal clutch for anything rated over 13 horsepower with a 1-inch bore and a 1/4-inch keyway. So we'll see. I'm still deciding on that, and then I've still got to do all my steering stuff. But I'm just trying to get all the drivetrain stuff done first, and then we'll move on to the steering. So thanks for watching this update, and stay tuned for more.